Yeah. This is an area where my smoke bushes are. I have one large one here and one over there. And my plan for this area is to put my blue railing planters. I have 3, so they're going to go along this chain link fence. And I would like to come back here or be sitting in my screen house and look over this way and see some beautiful plants. I don't want to waste any space that I have. I have enough room to really put a lot of partial sun plants in this area. What I've done already is pulled up the hostas. I've pulled up the ferns. This area is empty now. I've taken out most of the ferns. I just put my blue boxes from Gardener Supply on the rail that I got from the Goodwill. I do have to take the yellow tags off. I love these smoke bushes, the chartreuse color, and I think those blue boxes go really, really well with them. So I'm going to plant them up with some beautiful things. It is April the 17th. We are past our frost day. This is a breezy day, and I am loving it. So enough talk. I'm getting ready to get started with it. I'm going to make sure that I put in some good amendments, compost, worm castings, some peat. I have a lot of peat moss, so I'm going to use it. And just make sure that it's nice and ready for the new plants that I'm going to be adding to this bed. They were $1 something clearance, and I like to transplant them in my garden at the end of the season, and they come back every year. In my 6B, they call it 7A now, but I'm going to keep saying 6B. But I'm going to plant these in here for spring interest, because I believe it's important to have spring, summer, fall interest. What I'm going to do is cut off the flower heads on each one, and I got a couple of grape hyacinths as well. This is actually muscari. So I got two of those. So these are going into this bed as well. So what I'm going to start off doing is just cutting the heads off of the hyacinth. That will not be needed anymore. This is white. I got more white than pink. That's what they had, so that's what I'm using. So I'll put the pinks on the end and the white in the center. I'm keeping the leaves. They will eventually get brown and you can cut those back, but I'm going to keep them just like you would a daffodil until it's brown. So this is a great time to use what you have. I have some iris bulbs that I'm going to add to this area. I'm going to put some compost. I just lined them up where I wanted them. Now I'm going to plant them in place. I'm going to space these out a little bit further so that it can go all the way down and be evenly spaced. I'm going to add some annuals that I've grown from seed. I'm going to put them in the front area so that that can be the focus right now because we're heading into summer. So I want some plant table. I'm going to remove these hyacinths and put them. I don't keep my tulips. They don't come back real well. First year they're wonderful. Second year they're... So I'm going to take these and put them in that same spot. And these are white. I'm going to move these daffodils out of here and put them in that area as well. I'm going to use everything that I have, and I'm going to plant these pots up with summer things. I do have the potting table all cleaned out except for my pansies that still look like they're wanting to do some more growing, so I'm going to allow them to. I have my netting still in the containers because the summer plants that I do put in, I'm going to make sure I surround them with the netting because the squirrels love digging in my soil. For now, I'm just going to move the things that I took out into that new area. So that's another good reason to buy those hyacinths because you can transplant them into the garden after they are finished blooming. These are dahlias. Dahlia. Dahlias. So I think I'm gonna put these dahlias in here. Yeah, this is zinnia. What I'm gonna do is grow these dahlias in that spot and be happy. And I think I'll just put the zinnias in there too. We have arrived at full shade at this point, except for the tail end over there, but everything is in. I have the daffodils, mascari in the back, the hyacinths, zinnias in the back here, and in the very front are the dahlias. I don't remember the height on things, but I'm not at this point really concerned about that. I love these little plastic domes, but I have to say my favorite are these Dollar Tree waste baskets. They allow more airflow, and still there's not a threat of birds or cats or whomever. I've tied them down with landscaping pins, and they have a chance to thrive. They have a chance to grow without being disturbed by there. He's definitely been wanting to see what I'm digging up so he can come in and get some worms. Basically, I am done with this area. Of course, I have to put annuals in the railing planters. So in the meantime, I'm going to add some water to this area. Today is May 2nd, and I'm doing an update. Beautiful. Look how gorgeous the smoke bushes are this time of the year. Now, when I put this bed in, it did not look like this. I think it was just barely any leaves. I have 2 of them, but this bed is doing well. I put in daffodils over here and some mascari here. I put in all of the hyacinths. They will come back in the spring. I have some zinnias over here, and I also have my dahlias that I grew from seed. These are seedlings. I just have this dome on it just because it's still young and I don't want the birds or the bunnies to peck on it. But the zinnias are looking good. The dahlias are looking really good as well. And this area does not get a lot of sun, but in the morning it does. I'm going to eventually put in these planter railings I think I'm gonna put some coleus in here. Something. This area looks 100% better than what it looked like before. It was a bunch of ferns and hostas that just never looked good at all. So I'm excited to have all of my hyacinths planted. I'm gonna wait until they are all yellow, like some of these daffodil, some of the foliage on the daffodils. When they get like that, then I'm gonna chop it back so that I try to keep the green leaf just so that it can get the energy that it needs. So that is an update on this smoke bush area. So underneath, I had been doing some work over here. Look at the little paling boxes. They have coleus in them and sweet potato vine on the ones on the ends, and in the middle is coleus. And they are doing very, very well. Those are the boxes that I picked up at the Goodwill, but I got it at a sweet price. I mean, really sweet. They were from Gardener Supply originally. Found them at the Goodwill, so I'm very happy about that. I have down here some liatris. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but that's okay. I will put it on the screen. Also, I did from seed these dahlias. Can't wait to see how that turns out. And here's one. Oh my gosh, there's one flowering. That is my first dahlia that I've grown from seed. That's pretty cool. And I have zinnias. Looks like they need to be deadheaded, some of them. I always take those dead heads off, and then you can get more and more flowers. And this is something that I purchased at one of my produce stores. It was on sale because the season is almost up. Can you believe it? So this is a beautiful coral bells called Marmalade. So I'm going to put that in this spot. More dahlias, more liatris, and then these beautiful echinaceas right underneath. They come up every year. And I am now starting to use compost to put on my beds as a mulch instead of using mulch, because in my area, when it rains, my mulch just washes away. This compost just sits here and looks beautiful when it rains. I love that. And yeah, this area is looking really, really nice. I'm enjoying this spot. Earlier in the spring, I have these hyacinths, so they will come up in the spring. I always try to have a succession of things coming up. I'm still having some ferns coming up, which I really don't want to keep. And of course, got to get some of the weeds. Weeds will always be in our gardens, won't they? And this is muscari. That's a spring thing as well. So yeah, I am loving this area. I am loving it. It is looking really nice, and I'm looking forward to it just continuing to grow throughout the season. And over here was an area that was pretty bare, and this year I've added these are dahlias from seed. I got these seeds from Walmart, and I'm very happy with them. When they get like this, I just kind of take the head off. I really have taken this bare area and made something out of it instead of it just, you know, why not put flowers in areas where it's bare? Why not? Yeah. I also have these dahlias. Isn't that pretty? Let me get a better face. That is so pretty. Didn't really keep in mind the size of what things would end up. This one actually should have been towards the back, but I tried not to put things in the back because I have hyacinths back here, things that'll come up in the spring. This is the liatris. I also have some muscari over here, some daffodils in this bed as well. But this is my most favorite part. Rail boxes. They are self-watering. They come with a little tube right there. I really like how they turned out. I put a little sweet potato vine at the end here. I had one over there, but it did not survive. I have zinnias in here, some tall, some short, and I'm happy with it. I call it the courtyard. It's a little narrow strip of soil that I was able to put plants in and make it look nice as you enter into the gate. These were already here underneath this beautiful smoke bush, black-eyed Susans, and some Rbthegardennanny. This one, these over here. And yeah, I am loving this area. It has turned out really, really well for me. I have a blue barrel there that's full of water. When it rains, I just take the top off and let water just fall in there, and I use it to water this area as well, mainly the boxes, because this area down here has drip. Like I say, in the spring there will be other things popping up in here, and yeah, I'm excited about this area, so I thought I would.